This is Steve Schiffman, and I want to thank you very much for joining me on today's webinar podcast that we put out to help you be more effective as either a salesperson or a sales manager. Certain things I think are crucial in selling, and today I'm going to go back on one of those. And really, if all said and done, it's something that I learned how to do many years ago and wrote books about it and really taught it for a number of years, and that is, how do you get an appointment when you don't know who to call? In other words, cold calling. The thing that everybody hates. I don't know anybody that actually likes to cold call, but it's something that you need to do because the only way you're going to get through is by picking up the phone. Now, you can tell me emails and you can tell me that there are other things you can do, like send a pigeon over. But the reality is you have to think through when you call somebody up, what it is you're going to say. Now, you may not want to call that a cold call. I do. If I don't know the person, then it is a cold call. So let's look at the dynamics of it, because that's really the crucial thing. It's how it really works. When you call somebody up, the first thing is you have to call and get their attention. You get their attention by saying their name. You say then who you are, because you have to tell them who you are and what your company does. So I like to say, this is Steve Schiffman from DEI Management Group. We're an international sales training firm here in New York. And I give a couple of references perhaps. But now here's where the key comes in. I've got to give a reason for why I'm calling. After all, why did I pick this person out of all the people I could have called to call? So I'm going to say the reason that I'm calling you specifically is I just completed working with, and I name a company at this point. So I just completed working with this company, and we were very successful in helping them increase sales. What I'd like to do is stop by next Tuesday and just tell you about the success we had with them. Now, here's where it fails. The person is going to respond to you. They have to. They've got to respond. And they're going to say something which is predictable. It's absolutely predictable. In fact, it's anticipated. You can anticipate what they're going to say. It's predictable. You know what they're going to say. And therefore, if it is, why don't we turn it around properly? So this is what I did years ago. I tape recorded every single call I made. Every call, tape recorder. Yes, a tape recorder. I tape recorded every single call I made. And I heard over and over and over again the same things. Well, we're not interested. We have it. We're too busy. Call back. I heard the same thing every time I called, the same things over and over and over again. And then one day, I was teaching a program. And not knowing what to say, I said, why don't we simply say that other people told me the same thing before I had a chance to explain the benefits of what we do? And all of a sudden it came. That was it. That was the answer. And from that point on, I started using that answer. And the reason that it works is that I derailed the conversation that the other person wanted to have. I derailed it. I knocked it off the track. He or she wanted to have a conversation that was going to tell me why they weren't going to buy from me. But I knew that already. So I've got to derail it. I have to find something that's going to derail what they're going to say. So there are some things I can say, such as other people said the same thing. Or I can simply say, I'm just curious. Have you ever done sales training before? I'm just curious. Who are you buying from now? I'm just curious. How do you do it now? Any of that. Any of those will flip it around and derail the conversation and allow you to have a different conversation. That's all cold calling was or ever was. Try this, but if you're going to do it, write out your script first. Don't practice on the person you're calling. That doesn't work, I can tell you that. Don't practice on the person you're calling. Write out your script, practice it, get it right. Get it right so it sounds believable, because it is. Because you're telling them the truth. That's the work you've done before has helped other people do what they do better. Hey, by the way, if you want to win a book, you can. And I told you about it. The Big Bang is one of the books that I like to give away. All you have to do is write magnifying glass. Here's a magnifying glass. Write magnifying glass to me. Let me know that you saw this podcast or webcast. Write magnifying glass. And I will, out of a hat, choose the books that we'll send. And also, if you need help in making calls, you need help in making sales, you're getting frustrated because you're listening to these other podcasts, webcasts that go on for 45 minutes and interview people that have no relevance to you, then make sure you pass this on to somebody else. Tell somebody else, hey, you heard this guy, and he's pretty good. I hope you say that anyway. Anyway, this is Steve Schiffman. I want to thank you very much for joining me today. And as always, you humble me by your presence.